It is Lynn McCallum here giving you an update for the Living Universe podcast. I wanted to let you know about my most recent interview with a beautiful woman named DeAnna Elliott. DeAnna is a transition coach. What is a transition coach? A transition coach works with incoming and outgoing souls. So DeAnna has worked for years as a baby massage therapist, as well as working with people passing through the process of death. DeAnna explains that when babies are massaged, they cry because they are releasing blockages and trauma that's held in the body. And for babies, the trauma comes through the birthing process. Parents, when they can be intimately connected to their baby through massage, they allow the baby to cry, which then sets up a pattern of allowing the baby to be fully self-expressed. And as we know in our Western society, wouldn't it be great if more of us were able to be fully self-expressed? In Western society, we are taught to nurse babies when they cry because we're very uncomfortable with their expression of crying. And what tends to happen is this sets up the pattern of swallowing our pain, swallowing our self-expression, and thus it sets up addictive behaviors to continue to suppress our self-expression. DeAnna also talks about her studies with tribes around the world gaining tribal birth wisdom, and it's very interesting in how other cultures still have the capacity to use their bodies in ways beyond our imagination through bilocation and teleportation, etc., because they remain connected to their physical body in a spiritual way, which is really what DeAnna's work allows us to do. DeAnna went through the process of being a transition guide for her mother, her brother, and her father. She talks about this in the interview. It's quite amazing to hear about the experiences that she had, how important it is for both the person who's dying as well as the family members who are remaining to go through a very conscious process of death. So much of our society does not, we try to do sweet death under the covers, we try to pretend it doesn't exist, and we don't really know how to deal with it. We talk about grief. And we talk about how in our society we have lost the ability to be witness for others' grief and how important it is to have our grief witnessed. So there's a lot in the interview to learn for all of us. It's not just for babies, people with babies, or new parents, or people who are dying, because really life is an ongoing process of transition. As nature shows us, life is constantly in flux and flow, even though our egos don't want to accept that, and our egos wish that they could set everything up and just keep it all the way that we like it. We're actually always in transition. And the more comfortable that we can be with transition, the more comfortable that we can be with life and be in the flow with all things. I hope you're going to listen. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Please also join me on Facebook. It's the Living Universe Facebook page. I love you all. I'm having fun doing this. I hope you're enjoying this, and I hope you're enjoying all these beautiful asters. Oops. The way of them in the background that Mama Nature has put forth just for this moment in time. Okay, I love you all. Namaste.